Hey overcomers, I hope you are all having an amazing day. I'm Dara Marie. I'm your favorite mindset teacher, and this is Be an Overcomer, where you are inspired and empowered to walk by faith and use the gift of imagination to create the life you desire. So overcomers, I was thinking about what to title this message, and the download that came to me is that circumstances don't matter. Work on your self-concept. See, this outer world is just a reflection of our inner world, our inner thoughts, the inner dialogue that we have with ourselves. Okay? Because your thoughts are almost like affirmations over your life. So if you are thinking constantly that things don't work for you, things bad always happen for you, you think the worst of people, that, oh, this person's this way, that's this way, this circumstance isn't going to change, it's just getting worse. And if you keep thinking that and thinking that and thinking that, that will be a part of your life experience. That is what's going to manifest into your outer world. That's what's going to show up for you. So overcomers, today I want to read to you from The Power of Awareness. And you know how much I love Neville Goddard, okay? And Neville Goddard says that imagination creates reality. And he also talks about how the real reality is what's happening here in our imagination. That's how we create. I know it's contrary to popular opinion. I know it goes against everything that we've been taught. It goes against everything that this world wants to push out and make you believe, okay? The world will have you focus so much on the outer, what you see with these eyes, what you see in the natural, rather than what you are creating, or rather on focusing on your God-given power. I always tell you, don't allow what you see in the natural to hinder what your spirit believes. Because I'm a firm believer, if you've seen the vision in your mind, it's only a matter of time before you will see it in your outer world, before it will manifest and show up for you. So anyway, I'm reading from the chapter 4 on desire. And here he talks about self-concept, how there's no one to change but self. The only thing you need to change is yourself. In order to change circumstances, you need to work on you. Once you work on you, you are the key to your manifestation coming to pass. You are the key to seeing your vision come to pass. You are the key to having that dream realized, to getting, the things that your heart desires, the things that you desire, the things that you think about, to see that dream life manifested and realized and actually become a part of your reality. You are the key. Okay? And you hold that power, and it's in your mind. So anyway, let me get to reading, because I could talk faith and imagination all day. I can do this all day. So the changes which take place in your life as a result of your changed concept of yourself always appear to the unenlightened to be the result, not of a change of your consciousness, but of chance, outer cause, or coincidence. However, the only fate governing your life is the fate determined by your own concepts, your own assumptions. For an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. The ideal you seek and hope to attain will not manifest itself, will not be realized by you until you have imagined that you are already that ideal. There is no escape for you except by a radical psychological transformation of yourself, except by your assumption of the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Therefore, make results or accomplishments the crucial test of your ability to use your imagination. Everything depends on your attitude towards yourself. I need to read that again. Everything depends on your attitude towards yourself. That which you will not affirm as true of yourself can never be realized by you, for that attitude alone is the necessary condition by which you realize your goal. All transformation is based upon suggestion, and this can work only where you lay yourself completely open to an influence. Then he continues, you must imagine that you are already experiencing what you desire. That is, you must assume the feeling of the fulfillment of your desire until you are possessed by it, and this feeling crowds all other ideas out of your consciousness. Okay? You have to be like, basically what he's saying here, you have to be so hungry, so thirsty for that thing that you want to see manifested, that it crowds out all other things that are opposing to it, all other ideas, saying that, you know what, that idea is not going to work. You want to go back to school, you want to do this, you want to do that. Oh no, like your age, you're too old to do this, you're too old to write the book, you're too old to start the business, you're too this, you're too that. All the things that society would say, okay, against your vision, against the thing that you want, or that time has passed, or that saying that ship has sailed, you know, all of these circumstances. But when you tap into the realm of faith and you go within your imagination, circumstances don't matter. I'm telling you. I'm not telling you what I just came up here to preach and just to talk. I'm telling you what I know, okay? I'm telling you what I know. Years ago, when I was walking through that circumstance, as I shared with you, it was getting chaotic. It was stressful. It was all kinds of negative things. And then one day, it's like a light bulb went off. And I was like, why am I going to be arguing back and forth with you? I got to go back and forth to this location, to this place, okay, that supposedly is about family, but I'm not even going to get into that. Has nothing to do with family. They're not for you. When you open your eyes to a lot of things in this world, okay, first of all, a lot of things in this world, they're not of God. Okay? A lot of things that are set up in this world are not of God. So you cannot expect it to be to your benefit. Okay? But anyway, I digress. So anyway, I realized, I'm like, this is a time waster, going back and forth, and we're arguing and all this other stuff. It was nonsense. And one day I was like, Lord, I just want peace. I want peace on this situation. Okay? And whatever else God was going to bless me with, because I trust God. And every time, I'm telling you, every time I walk by faith and I trust God, he shows up mightily. Okay? So anyway, that whole situation, just by me thinking about peace over and speaking peace and even affirming it out loud to that person at the time, I didn't even realize what I was doing. And I know he probably thought, she's really like something here. The peace that's on this situation now, it's like, as I shared with you, is so much peace on that situation. And I thank God for that. Okay? Because when you think about the bigger picture, and you think about other things that are at stake, especially if you have children, okay? You always want the best for them. So anyway, that situation, peace. I shared with you years ago, a family member had to go in for surgery. And at the time, I didn't know about Neville Goddard's work and about imagination creating reality, and that your thoughts literally can become things, and you could go within your mind and think a thing. And if you could think it and stay there, you're going to see it in your outer world. I didn't understand that. But I know the Bible talks about walking by faith and not by sight, which is essentially, okay, a lot of these authors, Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy, the Florence Scovel Shins, all these people, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, they pull from the Bible. Okay, even a lot of books on leadership and business, they pull from the Bible, the concepts in there, that you can literally create your life. This world was formless and void, according to the book of Genesis, and nothing happened until God spoke. Nothing will happen until you speak. So overcomers, I don't know why I'm led to share this, but I'm going to share this story too. Years ago, as I was walking through that situation, and my Bible teacher, she would say to me, woman of God, she's like, listen, if you would speak a word over that situation, it would change. And I didn't understand. Now, fast forward to the time where I started to speak peace over it. But anyway, as I was in that situation, one night, one of the issues, I'll say, was that he liked to party a lot and he was going out all the time with his friends. And I say friends in quotes because if y'all were really his friend, you would have told him to go home. Okay, but whatever. So anyway, going out, partying, staying out, like not just going out for an hour or two. I'm saying like out, like you didn't have a home to go back to or a wife to go back to, sir. But anyway, so one day before he had left out, and I totally forgot, my Bible teacher said, if you will speak a word, that situation would change. And I remember that night, I just said a quick prayer. I was like, God, just cover him. And Lord, I ask that you redirect him. When I tell you, about 20 minutes later, 20 minutes, half an hour, I'm upstairs, I'm watching TV. I hear the door open, and I was like, oh, maybe he forgot something. So then now he's coming up the steps. He's walking up the steps, and he's like, I was like, oh, you forgot something? Like, because at that point, honestly, I did have an attitude. It bothered me. I would be upset. I was like, why are you going out all the time? Like, I was just too through. And he said, no, I don't know. I changed my mind. I'm not going to go out tonight. She told me, if you will speak a word, that situation will change. But here's the thing, overcomers. Too often in our heart, we will desire something, but yet our mouths are speaking the opposite. Our thoughts are thinking the opposite. So for example, if you are dealing with a sickness, stop talking about it. Stop prophesying it more over your life. Start speaking your health. Start visualizing what it would be like to be in perfect health. If you are dealing with like financial struggles and problems, stop talking. Like, it bugs me out when people talk about how broke they are. Like, are you kidding? What? I'm like, no. You shall decree a thing and it shall be established. You shall decree a thing. Whatever you decide on will be done, and light will shine on your ways. That's what the word is talking about. So getting back to circumstances don't matter, and how your imagination, as Neville Goddard said, although a thing may be false, if persisted in, it will harden into fact. And he also talks about, you must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled until your assumption has all the sensory vividness of reality. Meaning you need to lose yourself in that vision to the point that it feels so real. To the point that when you're walking about in your daily life and you're like, this is not matching up to the vision that God gave me, you know that you got to persist until that thing manifests. That's the key. Too often, overcomers, some of you are right there. Oh, God, thank you, Holy Spirit. Some of you are right there on the edge of a breakthrough. You're on the edge of a breakthrough. But because you keep speaking about what's not working, you keep speaking about what is in your current circumstance that you don't like, and you're not speaking about and thinking towards that thing that you desire, that is why it's not manifesting. That's why it hasn't come through yet. This is what he talks about with your imagination creating reality, and you need to give it the tones of reality, meaning that if you had that thing now, if that vision manifested fully, if that dream has come to pass, if your desire, the thing that you want is here, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? Okay. If it's the relationship, some of you stop talking, but like for me, I share that testimony because that's what I went through. But I'm not going to talk about like being like trying to manifest another bad marriage, like no, or a bad relationship, or talk about how bad things are. And then people wonder why they stay like on a hamster wheel, cycles after year, sickness year after year, financial lack year after year, struggles in relationships and problems year after year after year. And another thing I want to tell you, overcomers, just because you walk through a certain season or something was a particular way, it doesn't mean that it always has to stay that way. For example, if you've dealt with like financial lack, that doesn't mean that, your whole life you're going to have to deal with being broke. Like, come on now. You're a child of the Most High God. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. He said, I have come that you might live life more abundantly to the full till it overflows. But too often, we're not putting the word to work. That's why I said in churches, I love it. And there's some pastors that are phenomenal that understand this. But that was a problem that I saw. The last few years was like eye-opening. Okay? Especially for those of us that see. And I want to let you know something. Seers, we don't say everything that we see. I'm telling you. But the things that God allows us to share, we're going to share it. And the thing is, I saw a lot of Christians moving in fear and not faith. And it's because it's not being taught. You're not given, as I said to you, you're not given the tools of how to put your faith to work so that you can see things manifested. So that you can have the healing testimonies. You can have the financial testimonies. You can have the relationship testimonies. I don't think we're here to live life and have a life of strain, struggle, stress, anxiety, and worry, and be scared of everything, and then just up and die. No. God has given you life for a purpose. You're here to live on purpose and live out your purpose. But the key is you're going to have to walk by faith and not by sight. And understand that circumstances don't matter. What matters is how you are seeing that circumstance, how you're seeing it, how you're thinking, and what you're speaking. So start to speak and think things in alignment with what you want. Trust me, there are things in my life that I'm like, no, I'm like speaking towards it, thinking towards it, visualizing. See it in your mind. Because if you can see it in your mind, you're going to see it in the world. But the key is to stay persistent. You do not let up until it shows up. And that's what Neville Goddard means by assuming it until it hardens into fact. And it doesn't matter what the circumstance is. I shared with you the time when I had to go to the hospital. It was a long time ago and they were saying all this stuff. And I was like, I don't know what you're saying, but I trust God and I'm going to speak in faith and we're going to see how this thing works out. And later on, they found nothing. So let me tell you, okay, God works, faith works. Don't let this world lie to you and tell you it doesn't work and tell you have to live in fear. You got to be scared of everything. They will have you scared of your own shadow. I'm telling you, if you do not tap in to your faith, and understand that you are here to literally create your life. You're here to have an amazing life, whatever that looks like. And it doesn't matter your age, because once again, that's going to be a circumstance. People say, oh, you're this age, you can't go back to school. You're this age, you can start the business. You can't write the book. No, you can do it all. If God has given you that desire, if you've been given that vision, it's because you're the person that's supposed to fulfill that thing while you are here on earth. So overcomers, I hope this encouraged you today. In fact, I know it did. I know it's encouraging someone. I know this message is for someone. Understand that your circumstance is subject to change, but the key is to think and speak in alignment with the thing that you desire. And it takes practice. Repetition. Repetition is what gets it impressed into your subconscious mind. Repetition is what will get it to manifest in your outer world. So overcomers, I hope this encouraged you today. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this message, please like it, share, comment, subscribe. And thank you so much to the Overcomers community. I love you all so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. I love that we are growing and growing day by day. So also another thing I wanted to share. I also, if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, you need like coaching one-to-one, you need more of it than just the videos, please reach out. You can contact me. The information is down below in the video. So have an amazing day and always be an overcomer.